What is going on, Detroit Lions fans? Welcome back, Detroit Den 313 with Steve. Hey, the other day when I did my post-game recap, I was in a good mood. All right, Detroit Lions won. So when I was doing that episode, I had to purposely not mention Ben Johnson because I didn't have nice things to say at the time. Okay. And we got to win. We got out of Arizona, tough road test, trap game. We got out of that game banged up, but we got the win. And I didn't want to do a post-game recap show and be in a bad, negative mood. So I said at the end of that one, I'll address the Ben Johnson stuff at a later time. That later time is right now, okay? I am kind of getting fed up, worried, nervous, anxious. There's a lot of different words I could use when I watch this offense play football. And it's not because of lack of personnel, lack of talent. I don't see major lack of execution. Offense is about execution and defense is about disruption. Which one's going to get first? I haven't seen any like missed assignments or, Jared Goff's been pretty much kept upright most of the season so far. So he's not really getting a lot of pressures. Why are we only scoring 20 points a game? Why is our whole offensive line Pro Bowl caliber, quarterback Pro Bowl caliber, tight end Sam Laporta Pro Bowl caliber, Amon-ra St. Brown, Pro Bowler. Both our running backs. We got Pro Bowlers on the whole damn offense. We legitimately might be sending 11 guys on the offensive side of the football to the Pro Bowl. It's possible. Jameson Williams, you could make the Pro Bowl too. Who knows? Ben Johnson, why in the hell can't we score? What's going on? I think if this team were 0-3, and I don't like to live in this world. I really don't. I don't like to live in what-if land, but if we were 0-3 right now, I think Ben Johnson would be showing the door. And I don't know. I feel like I got to ask you guys this. Should the seat be getting hot for Ben Johnson? Because last year, we finished the season 12-5. We ended up going on a great playoff run, NFC Championship game. People wanted Aaron Glenn fired in the middle of a playoff run. Why isn't Ben Johnson getting the same treatment? I see some people who are frustrated. I see some people who are annoyed like myself. And I know that where we are right now, 2-1, going into a Monday night football game, primetime game. I know Ben Johnson's not getting fired, first and foremost. I'm going to get to that in a second. But why is he not catching as much heat as Aaron Glenn was? Because Aaron Glenn's defense is playing at an elite level right now. Elite. I don't like to use that word. I don't use it often. But when it's deserved, it's deserved. Aaron Glenn deserves all of the credit for why the Detroit Lions are 2-1. We should be through 3-0 because of Aaron Glenn. If Ben Johnson's offense could score some damn points, we would be 3-0. Okay? I'm not going to bitch about being a winning football team. But it's the NFL. You got to produce. Like I said, every single player on our offense is Pro Bowl caliber. So why we scored 20 points in week 1 against the Rams, 20 points week 2 against the Buccaneers, and we couldn't get that magical touchdown in week 3 to put this Arizona Cardinals team away. We had so many chances to make that a 27-10 game, 3 scores with 8 minutes left in the third. Aaron Glenn's defense playing lights out. That game would have been over. We couldn't do it. Why? Guys, I'm looking for answers. I don't have them for you. I want you to leave some comments down below and let me know what it is. And here's the thing. Like I said, I know Ben Johnson's not getting fired. I know that, okay? When the offseason was going on last year and Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn were going off on these interviews and the rumors were, hey, we might have to replace 2 coordinators. Maybe we only have to replace 1 coordinator. Like the story kept changing, and then all of a sudden they're coming back. And I'm more worried about losing Aaron Glenn. I am truly more worried that the Detroit Lions defensive coordinator, Aaron Glenn, finds a head coaching job next year. I think this will be his last run in Detroit. And I'll cheer for him when he's not playing the Detroit Lions. Hopefully he doesn't go to like Chicago or a division rival. I don't think that'll happen. I don't think they'll fire their coach. But what I'm trying to say is I have a fear of losing Aaron Glenn. Ben Johnson, I'm going to show up and probably help him pack his bags. That's where I'm at. I just we're just letting teams hang around. And hey, if I'm, I usually toe that conservative line where I keep my opinions really kind of like to where I don't get any flack. I don't do that on purpose. It's just the way I'm kind of wired usually. I'm not afraid of a little confrontation, but I'm telling you right now, like if I had to give Ben Johnson his hot scale, his seat, how hot is it on a scale of 1 to 10? For me, it's about an 8 because we have done a complete 180 as a team. Just a couple years ago, not that long, maybe it was just last year, me and Will were talking how confident we were in the offense. And the questions on Sundays was the Detroit Lions will get a win if the Detroit Lions defense plays well. This season, complete 180. Now my mindset going into Sundays is the Detroit Lions get a win if Ben Johnson can somehow score 28 points. Because Aaron Glenn's only given up like 17.6. So, I get it. We're scoring 20, so we're above that number. Guys, this offense just isn't – it's not what it should be, okay? This is the NFL. You have to be perfect. You have to be at least as close to perfect as you can. And I feel like we're very far away. When Ben Johnson's going to these interviews for teams and he comes back and says, oh, yeah, I want to run it back with the Detroit Lions. Well, I'd like to hear the Indianapolis Colts and whoever else he interviewed, Carolina, wherever else he interviewed, I'd like to hear what the team organization has to say. Are they not offering the job for some reason? Because with how the offense is playing right now, I don't think Ben Johnson's going anywhere. Like I said, he's not going to get fired. So at the end of the year, is Dan Campbell going to have to make a tough decision? Because he's not moving on. Is he gonna be willing to say, hey, Ben, you've done a lot for Detroit. You're just not what we're looking for at this time. Is that how you let him go? Because I don't see him getting a head coaching job anymore. If he couldn't get one by now, I definitely don't think he's built on his resume. I definitely don't think he's improved his stock. Like me and Will, we do a stock show every week. We've been selling Ben Johnson, getting rid of it, not buying in. I got to see something before I buy it. I think it will get better. But guys, there's just no reason that this Detroit Lions offense, with all of these players, all of this capital, everyone we've brought in over the last 3-4 seasons, why it's struggling so much. There's so many times where I'm just watching a game and I feel like Ben Johnson's just getting too cute, especially in the red zone. Like, just pound the football. We're giving the ball to Jamison Williams 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and he's turning it into maybe a loss of 3 because he gets a little lucky. Like, we need to just play smash mouth football, line up, run it behind the best offensive lineman in the game, Penny Sewell, Frank Ragnow, all of those guys. Break the other team's defensive line spirits. We're just getting too cute, too flashy. Even the hook and ladder play, like it's cool because it worked. What if it didn't? I don't like living in what if world. I don't like thinking of hypotheticals or anything like that because I know it didn't happen. But with all of our red zone struggles from week 2, to come out in week 3 and pull out a hook and ladder, it's creative. It's fun to watch. What if it didn't work? It's just kind of the world we're living in, guys. Like, I don't understand how Ben Johnson's just kind of skating by. And last year, Aaron Glenn, you guys were, and myself included, I wasn't ready to fire him, but I was not very happy. Why not getting the same heat? Talk to me. Leave it in the comments. Let me know. I don't know what the options are, guys, but to me, there's no excuse for why this team's only scoring 20 points a game. And on top of that, we got shut out in the whole second half against the Cardinals. First 2 drives, we go up and down the field, running it down your throat. 14-0. Should have been Jake Bates missed a field goal. And then we got cute. Couldn't put the game away. Couldn't do what was working. It was 20-7 at halftime, I believe. We ended up winning 20-13. We did not score a single point in the second half of a football game. And this isn't like a ongoing trend, but you guys are familiar. This goes all the way back to last year when we had some offensive struggles. We have long gaps where we don't score points. NFC Championship game, 1 point or 1 touchdown in the second half of the game. Could have been the difference. Could have been the difference if we scored in the third quarter and could have stopped some of that bleeding with a high-powered offense, Pro Bowl offensive line. I don't know, guys. This isn't just a one-game problem, in my opinion. If this were just one game, I wouldn't even be having this discussion. All right, this topic wouldn't even have crossed my mind that, hey, I need to get on here and talk about this. This goes back to last season. This is something that I have noticed mainly in the second half of football games. We go up, we're 20-6 against the Atlanta Falcons last year. Didn't score. Stop scoring. Let them hang around. It's bugging me. I have to get on here and vent. Am I overreacting or am I underreacting? Let me know, guys. Leave it in the comments. I have thick skin. I can take all your comments. Can't wait to read them. Keep it professional if you can. If not, thanks for watching. I'll be back later with another show.